Imagine, you're scrolling through your feed. A normal day, nothing unusual, photos, videos, people sharing their lives. Everything feels the same. Safe, familiar. And then, you see a post. It doesn't stand out. It doesn't look strange. But something about it feels off. You can't explain it. You scroll past it, forget about it. Until a few days later, that person disappears. No updates, no messages, nothing. And suddenly, that post isn't just a post anymore. It's the last one. So you go back, you read it again, and this time, it feels different. The words hit harder. The tone feels wrong, like something was hidden there, something you didn't notice before. Like it wasn't just a post, like it was a warning. This isn't just one story, not two. There are real cases, where people left something online, and then something happened. Today, we're going to look at 5 of those stories. In 2019, a popular content creator uploaded a video. It felt calm, almost normal. At first glance, nothing seemed unusual. He spoke quietly, about life, about mistakes, about himself. There was no panic, no urgency, just words, but something about it felt off. People didn't notice it right away. They watched it, moved on, forgot about it, until later. Because when they came back to it, everything felt different. The tone, the pauses, the way he spoke. Like something was hidden between the lines, and the words he ended with sounded different later. After that video, he disappeared. No posts, no updates, no answers. People began searching. The internet started talking. Clips were shared. The video spread everywhere. And suddenly, that video wasn't just a video anymore. It became the last one. A young woman, traveling, exploring a new city. She posts photos, writes her thoughts, shares small moments. Everything looks normal, ordinary. Nothing seems out of place. And then a video appears, inside an elevator, captured by a security camera. Grainy, silent. She steps in, presses buttons, waits. But something feels off. Her movements are unusual. She looks around, steps in and out, hides in the corner, as if someone is there with her. But no one is visible. She gestures, waits, listens, like she's reacting to something we can't see. And then, the video ends. After that, she disappears. No posts, no messages, no trace. The video spreads. People watch it again and again, trying to understand, trying to explain. And that footage becomes one of the most mysterious clips on the internet. She posted regularly, almost every day, photos, stories, moments from her life, smiling, traveling, laughing with friends. Everything looked perfect, normal, safe. Nothing felt out of place. And then, everything stopped. No posts, no stories, no activity. At first, no one noticed. A day passed, then another. And then people started asking questions. They went back to her profile. Her last post was still there. A normal photo, a normal caption. Nothing strange, nothing alarming. But this time, it felt different. People started commenting. Are you okay? Where are you? Please, answer. The messages kept coming, but there were no replies. Her profile stayed online. The post stayed visible. Everything looked exactly the same, except she was gone. And slowly, that normal post didn't feel normal anymore, because it wasn't just a post, it was the last one. Days later, the truth began to surface. Not online, not in a post, in the real world. She was found. And suddenly, everything changed. That account, that post, those photos, they were no longer just memories. Because even though her profile is still there, she will never be able to post again. Sometimes it's not even social media, it's forums, places where people go to share things they can't explain, strange experiences, late-night thoughts, stories that don't make sense anywhere else. People write everything there, what they saw, what they felt, what happened to them. And at first, it just feels like another story, another post, until it doesn't. Because sometimes, those stories don't end. They just stop mid-sentence. No conclusion, no explanation, no follow-up, just silence. Their accounts stay, their posts remain, everything is still there. Except the person who wrote it, gone. And the more you read, the more it feels like something interrupted them. A young man, driving home at night. It's late, dark, empty roads. He's almost home. And then, something goes wrong. His car gets stuck. He calls his parents. Calm voice, no panic. He explains where he is, or at least where he thinks he is. They stay on the phone, talking, trying to guide him. He decides to walk, says he sees lights in the distance, maybe a town, maybe a house, something familiar, something safe. He keeps walking, talking the whole time. Everything seems okay. And then, he suddenly says one word. Wait. A pause. And then, nothing. The line goes silent. The call ends. No sound, no footsteps, no voice. His phone goes dead. And he is never heard from again. A young woman, out with friends. It's a normal night. Music, lights, people everywhere, phones out, videos, stories being posted. Everything looks normal. She's smiling, talking, moving through the crowd. Nothing feels wrong. And that's what makes it different. Because somewhere in that night, something changes. At some point, she is seen walking alone. No friends, no one random, captured on cameras, hallways, empty spaces. She's moving, but slowly, like she's unsure where she is, like something is off. The footage is real, unedited, and yet it feels unreal. After that, everything stops. No posts, no stories, no messages. Her online activity goes silent. Her last moments exist only in fragments. Short clips, blurry videos, screenshots, pieces of a story that don't fully connect. People start watching, rewatching, analyzing every frame, trying to understand, trying to find answers. But something doesn't feel right. Because the more you look, the less it makes sense. The internet remembers everything. Posts, photos, videos. Nothing is ever truly lost. But sometimes, it remembers something more. The last words, the final thoughts, moments that seemed ordinary until they weren't. And the strangest part isn't what we see. It's what we don't. The silence after, the gaps, the missing pieces. Questions that have no answers. Maybe it's all just coincidence. Or maybe these weren't just posts. Maybe they were the last traces of something we still don't understand.